I look at your background and the incredible work that you have done on the continent. For example, in 2019, you launched the Youth Entrepreneurship Action Hub, an initiative that links young entrepreneurs to skills, finance, markets, and seed funding that benefited 28,000 youth on the continent. First of all, Doc, the challenges we know on the continent and all the issues that we have addressed so far in this short conversation, my question to you is, and I must say, I like your optimism. I like the hope that you exhume, and I am even inspired by it. What motivated you to bring about this Youth Entrepreneurship Action Hub? What has been the impact? Have we been able to do some sort of monitoring and evaluation of this project that you've done, and what has been the impact, and how can other young people benefit from this program if it's still ongoing?
Thank you very much. When I was redeployed from New York to South Africa in 2019, and I got to South Africa, I realized about 65% of South African youths are unemployed.
Which is across the continent, anyway.
Which is across the continent. And I see this as a real time bomb. That when it explodes, it consumes all of us.
Can you go deeper into that? Because you see, from the lens you wear as a development expert is much thicker than the average African they will look at. So what do you say? And I'm asking this question because not many African politicians and African policymakers really appreciate the fact that the youth challenges, particularly unemployment, is a time bomb. So can you explain to us in detail, why do you say it's a time bomb?
It is a time bomb because if you don't employ your youth, they will employ themselves.
Absolutely.
And when they employ themselves, they take advantages of the loopholes in the system.
Good.
Instead of becoming an engine of productivity, they become the engine of social vices. Not only in terms of armed robbery, kidnapping, and a lot of other issues that impinges on development. And that's why, unless we do something that we effectively and efficiently utilize the energy of our youth into production and productivity-based activities, we're likely to really force them to use it on counterproductive initiatives. Absolutely. And that's why, if you look at most countries where you have conflict all over in Africa, the core of the people, of the actors are the youth.
Absolutely.
Because you are not engaging them productively. They have to create an opportunity for them to be employed. And don't forget, the cliche, not only in Africa, everywhere in the world, that an idle hand
the devil finds work for the idle hand.
Is the workshop of the devil.
Absolutely.
So, and we have to avoid that.
Yeah.
So in that regard, that's one of the things that led me to creating what they call a Youth Entrepreneurship Action Hub.
Right.
Youth Entrepreneurship Action Hub was for South Africa.
Only?
Yes, it was for South Africa.
Right.
The 28,000 youth we're talking about, these are South Africans.
Interesting.
Yes. It was created to really find an opportunity where we look at how do we really promote small-scale enterprises, because it's a major missing link in Africa.
Absolutely.
When I got to South Africa in 2019, the first what they call the business report from the Statistics South Africa really shows that about 70% of micro and small scale enterprises die before they reach their 50th anniversary. And I then say, what can we do to really address this issue? Now, one of the things we did was that particular initiative which we roll out nationally, where we recruited South African youths to say, okay, the idea is for you to really hone yourself in terms of entrepreneurship skill and expertise, but also to be able to address the challenge of accessing market.
Right.
I mean, finance and market.
Markets, yeah.
So it's a triple strategy, a 3-in-1 strategy, where we get what they call young South Africa entrepreneurs, train them for a period of about 6 months. And in the period of training them, you are we expose them to having access to bank managers for them to pitch their businesses. And at the same time, we link them to markets, both local and international markets. So, because at this stage, you'll be able to have access to finance because, and at the end of the 6-month program, as we give you the certificate, the pitch which we have put in your own project proposal is the amount of resources we give to you to start your business.
Interesting.
So we use the program to address 3 different challenges that face young entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship skill, access to finance, and access to market. And shortly after we launched it, about 2 of them got what they call the Global Award. So to really show the dynamism in the training. So this is one of the things we did. And there's so many other things relating to the issue of youth. Also, we launched what they call the Renewable Energy Technology Technicians, the first in South Africa, where we partnership with the South African Renewable Technology Center called Saratech in Pretoria, in Cape Town. The idea is for them where we were able to train young and talented South Africans to be able to manufacture and fabricate what they call wind energy equipment and be able to repair them.
Interesting.
And we had 2 cohorts. But I just want to let you know that by the time we completed the first cohort, all of them got job before they finished their internship. 6 months of core training and 3 months of internship. All of them got. In fact, there was a case where about 3 ladies were competing with 4 different companies to pick them. So this is really one of the opportunities which we thought it's good for us to really find a way of creating opportunities of empowering our youth.
So Doc, was it just an initiative for South Africa, or is this something that can be leveraged across continent?
It can be leveraged across the continent. But I just want to also let you know that there is a regional initiative that UNDP put in place, which we call the Youth Connect.
Yeah, Youth Connect, yes.
We started in Rwanda in 2013.
Right.
And today, we have it across all the sub-Saharan African countries.
Right.
And the idea is for us to create a kind of platform for the youth to come together and address their own problems themselves. And this is part of the things we use to promote not only talking to each other to find solutions to perennial problems, but also we use it to create opportunity for them to go through mentorship and benchmarking initiative so that they know that the reality of getting yourself empowered can be done within your peers.
Okay.
So it is peer mentorship, which we use this one for, which is spearheaded by United Nations Development Program across all sub-Saharan African countries. So this is one of the initiatives that has been quite solid, and we've been supporting it on a regular basis. And there's hardly any country that doesn't have a kind of footprint of these this initiative. And we strongly believe if we invest heavily in it, with African Union joining hands, I think the future will be quite bright.